Welcome to Spisian TV, and today I'm ready to answer a question from our social media platforms. And can you read for me the question?
Okay, thank you so much. This question was coming, I will read the way it is. What Spisianism confirms what the Bible says?
How Spisianism confirms what the Bible says?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So today I'll take you through a very simple process, and I'll show you how Spisianism confirms what the Bible says. And number one, we will talk about how the creation of the world started according to the Bible. And if you read John 1:1, you will find that it says, "In the beginning there was a Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word created what we see today." So, if you look at in our context, the Word always comes from our consciousness, isn't it? It comes from our mind, or from our mind and heart. That is where consciousness comes from. So, if we say there was a Word, it means that it was consciousness that was with God that created the universe. So Spisianism always says that consciousness created energy, and energy, it has turned into different forms, what we call the universe today. So the Bible has confirmed in John 1:1 that the Word is the one that created everything that we see today. That is consciousness. And number two is, if we read 1 Samuel 2 verse 6, it talks about reincarnation, like coming back to life after some time. It says it's the Lord who sends people to the world of the dead and returns them back to life to live in the world of the living. That's 1 Samuel 2 verse 6. It confirms that if you do not achieve a certain holiness or righteousness, you will be sent back to this world again, so that you can correct your ways according to the law of karma and the cause and effect. Whatever that you caused in this life, you will reap those effects in the next life. So you have to watch out and achieve holiness and righteousness in this life, so that you don't come back. So the Bible has confirmed that there is going to the world of the dead and coming back to live on earth again. That's reincarnation. Number three is, if you read Colossians 6 verse 3, it confirms about self-awareness. In Spisianism, we always talk about it as a gospel of self-awareness, where you should know yourself so that you can raise your consciousness and be able to vibrate higher. So, in Colossians 6 verse 3, it says that someone should not think high of themselves unless they want to deceive themselves. So, it confirms that you should be aware of yourself, that you are real to yourself, that you are not cheating yourself, that you are something that you are not. So, you should be aware of yourself that if you don't have love, just accept that you don't have love. If you don't have generosity, you accept that you don't have it. If you are a liar, accept that you are a liar. So, Colossians confirms that what Spisianism says about self-awareness is very important. That's Colossians 6 verse 3. Number 4 is, if you read Psalms 18, it confirms an aspect of Spisianism, of fitness, that you should be fit in everything. That even your physical fitness, God has accounted for it. That you should be strong and firm and fit. If you read Psalms 18, the whole Psalms 18, it talks about how you should be strong like a deer. You know, a deer can run and it's very strong. So it confirms that fitness as an aspect of Spisianism is very important even to God. Number 6 is about consciousness and energy. We have been talking about consciousness and energy for a long time, that consciousness created energy and energy created the universe. So in Hebrews 11 verse 3, it talks of that the word, which is consciousness, created the whole universe. And also, if you go down, it talks about how the invisible things have been used to create the visible things, like now the things we can see now. That means energy. The energy point of life is what it has created, the physical that we can see. So it confirms about consciousness and energy. That's Hebrews 11 verse 3. Talking about energy again, you remember in Exodus 3 verse 14, God says that I am who I am. If someone says I am who I am, it means that he is something that it cannot be described. It was hard for God to describe himself to the Israelites or Moses at that time, because energy is something that it has different variations of vibrations and frequencies. So you cannot describe God until you understand how energy operates. So yet just say I am who I am, because you cannot describe. In science, you can see that energy is something that cannot be created or destroyed. So God is everlasting. He lives forever, because you cannot create God and you cannot destroy God. So that's why God says in Exodus 3 verse 14, I am who I am. That means you cannot describe him, and you can create him, and you cannot destroy him. That is energy. Even consciousness, which is the highest part of God, you cannot describe consciousness itself. You cannot describe it. That's why he says, I am who I am. Yes. So that is 7 ways how Spisianism confirms what the Bible says. Yes. Thank you. Watch next time.